imagine if your innermost assumptions could sculpt your reality? Hey, it's Christina here, and in today's video, we are exploring a transformative concept and that's close to my heart, the law of assumption. This isn't just a theory, it's a life changer. So stick around to see how, inspired by the teachings of Neville Goddard, this law can revolutionize your life. Before we dive in, let's give homage to Neville, a profound influencer in the world of personal development, a 20th century mystic. He was a firm believer in the power of the mind, and he pioneered the concept of the law of assumption. His teachings emphasize that our assumptions, often unconsciously held, shapes our reality. Now, what exactly is the law of assumption? You might be asking yourself. Simply put, it's the belief that assuming something to be true makes it real in your life. So for instance, if you assume you are successful, your actions and responses will align with your assumption. We're not faking until we make it here. We're assuming, we're living in the now. If we assume we are successful, what you do every day, your actions, the way you talk, the way you speak, the way you promote yourself, your actions will align with that assumption, leading to success. It's not just about positive thinking. It's about genuinely living as if your assumption is already your reality. So how do we use this law of assumption effectively? So it starts with identifying your core assumptions about yourself and your life. What you assume, right? Are they positive? Not so fresh? Are they limiting? And then you consciously shift these assumptions to align with your desires, align with your goals. So assume you're capable, assume you're confident and on the path to success. And this isn't just make-believe, right? It's about creating a powerful mental blueprint for your actions and reactions. It is the law of assumption. So let me share a personal story. When I started in the world of life coaching, I was filled with doubts. I had no idea what I was doing, but I assumed I had something valuable to offer. And this assumption wasn't based on arrogance, cockiness, but on a genuine belief in my abilities and experiences. I believed. By assuming that, I began to take bold steps, living my assumption, reaching out to clients, creating content, and slowly my reality, my quote unquote assumptions started to match my assumptions, right? My reality started to match my assumptions. And it's not just in professional life, right? Think about your relationships. When I assumed that my marriage would be a journey of growth and understanding, it shaped how my husband and I interacted. And FYI, I have been with my husband since I was 16. I'm 41. Right? And we've had lots of ups and downs. We've had challenging times, but our assumptions can indeed transform our relationships. If you assume the worst, guess what's going to happen? If you assume you have bad luck, guess what is going to happen? Right? Now, applying the law of assumption requires practice because you probably know what you don't want, but you don't really know what you do want. When I ask you, what do you want in life? What is your goals? What is your aspirations? What is your desires? I always hear, well, I don't want fear. I don't want hurt. I don't want anger. I don't want debt. I don't want anxiety. That's great. I didn't ask you what you did not want. I asked you, what do you want? So answer that. What do you want? And I do not want you to answer that question with, I don't want debt. I don't want this. I don't want that. That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, what do you want? Start by choosing one area in your life you want to up level, you want to improve. It could be your career, your health, your wealth, or relationships, and assume the best outcome. Visualize it. Feel what you're going to feel when you become wealthy. Hear what you're going to hear when you become wealthy. See what you're going to see when you become wealthy. Smell what you're going to smell when you become wealthy. Taste what you're going to taste when you become wealthy, right? Visualize it, feel it, then align your actions with that assumption. It is a powerful combination of belief and action. Visuals, when you're visualizing, visuals illustrate the process of visualization action. Okay. Visuals illustrating the process of visualization and action. And you're like, what? You're not really just visualizing, you are imagining at the same time. So remember, it's not about ignoring reality. It's about shaping it with your beliefs and actions. Assume the best case scenario. Assume you are living a successful life now. And yes, there will be setbacks, and your little mind is going to be like, no, you can't assume this. No, you can't assume that. You're doing this and you're doing that. Breathe, right? Because that little mind that is telling you that, you have a bigger mind. Your conscious and subconscious are fighting. Assume the outcome. Assume your success. Assume your relationships are incredible. Assume your wealth is here today. Your assumptions can be your guiding light, keeping you focused and resilient. The law of assumption is a concept that Neville created and often discussed in the realm of personal development and motivational thinking. It's closely related to the law of attraction, but with a slightly different focus, and it is more powerful than the law of attraction. Law of assumption suggests that whatever you firmly believe or assume to be true will play out in your reality. And the idea is that by assuming something is already here today, in your reality now, your truth, you are aligning your thoughts and behaviors to make it your reality. So using the law of assumption typically involves a few steps. Define your desire. So clearly know what you want. It could be a goal, a change in your life, a feeling, an outcome. 2, assume it's already true. This is the key part. You act and think as if your desired outcome is already a reality today. You are successful. I am successful. So for example, if you want to be more successful in your career, you start to assume today, you start to assume the mindset, the behaviors and habits of a successful person in your field. Next, you need to align your thoughts and actions. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions should all reflect this assumption. This means not just thinking positively about your goal, but also taking action. Whether it's messy action, you just got to take action that aligns with your assumption. So live your life as if your assumption is already true, right? It's not faking it until you make it. You're living as if your assumption is already true. This doesn't mean ignoring reality, but rather shifting your mindset and behavior patterns to be in line with your desire, align with your goals. And you have to let go of doubt. A big part of this process is letting go of doubt and negative thinking that might contradict your assumption. It's about having confidence and faith in yourself, in your belief, right? Now, I'm curious, have you ever experienced the power of assumption in your life? If you have, drop a comment below, share your story. And if you're finding this video helpful and you're like, oh, I love this law of assumption, there are so many universal laws out there, and I dive into each and every one of them in videos on my channel. So definitely hit the subscribe button for more content like this. The law of assumption is more than just wishful thinking. It's about aligning your actions with your beliefs. When I was juggling motherhood, I was pregnant when I was 18. So I was a pageant queen at age 16, got pregnant when I was 18. And I was juggling motherhood as a teenager in my early 20s and my career at the same time. I assumed I could find balance. And guess what? I did. The law of assumption. I assumed I could find balance, and through deliberate actions and a positive mindset, I wanted to be successful. I didn't want to be a status quo, a teenage mother, right? I want you to think of one area of your life where you can apply the law of attraction. One area of life. Start small and watch the magic unfold. Thank you for watching. And if you want to continue on this journey of growth and success, make sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.